So welcome. Finally got all the platforms connected, so we are live, and wonderful topic for today. So, have you ever wished your body could just simply tell you what was wrong? Perhaps you've experienced headaches, back pain, fatigue, digestive issues, anxiety, insomnia, and maybe you've asked yourself, why is this happening to me? What is going on the inside? So today I'm going to give you a slightly different perspective. So stay tuned because we've got an exciting lineup for today. So, what if your body isn't working against you? What if your body is actually trying to help you? And what if your symptoms are actually messages rather than mistakes? So, welcome to the hidden side of healing. I'm Nicole Fouché from Pranic Healing Tampa. And every week, we explore the connection between science, energy, emotions, and practical healing. So, whether you've been here from the beginning or if you're just joining us today for the first time, welcome. So, today's topic is one that's very close to my heart, both as a physical therapist, but also as a pranic healing instructor, because I have spent the best part of 30 years listening to people's bodies. Your body is always talking to you, but are you listening? And I've learned something really remarkable. Our bodies are extremely intelligent. The founder of Pranic Healing, Master Choa Kok Sui, often referred to the body as a self-repairing machine. Self-repairing machine. Your body knows how to heal itself. It knows exactly what it needs to do. We need to figure out why the body isn't doing what it's doing. And that's where we need to start listening to the body. So our bodies are always trying to restore balance. And we need to be listening and tuning in and scanning to see where the problems are. And we'll get to that in a minute. So as a physical therapist, when people came in for healing, my primary approach was to look at the body from a structural perspective. So we'd look at the muscles, the bones, the ligaments, the tendons, the nerves, right? So if somebody, for example, had a shoulder pain or a back pain, we treated that. And obviously that was super, super, super important. But what I started noticing in my practice was, let's say, for example, I had a number of people coming in with chronic back pain. Some of them got better, some of them didn't. And it was the ones that didn't that actually changed the course of my career. I started looking at those clients with this back pain that just wasn't going away. No matter what I did, I just didn't have the tools to get that specific portion of my practice healed. And what I started doing was asking them, what else is going on in your life? Some reported they had chronic stress, some had grief, some had trauma, some had emotional burdens, some are going through a divorce. And I started noticing this more and more and more. And it really got me asking the question, how do I help that? How do I help somebody who's stressed? How do I help them if they're going through a divorce? How do I help them if there's emotional trauma? I, at that time, did not have the tools to help them. So it really had me asking a lot more questions at that time. Healing is much more than treating the symptoms. And when I got into pranic healing, suddenly everything started making sense. So let's look at a little bit of the science behind it. So modern medicine has shown us, let's use stress as an example. Stress can impact pretty much every system in the body. And for anybody who's alive today, I think some of us have experienced stress a few times in our lives, right? Now, if we look at stress, stress is an energy. Stress can affect your sleep. It can affect your digestion. It can affect inflammation in your body, your hormones, your immunity, your memory, your concentration, even how you perceive pain. If you are stressed, your perception of pain is a lot higher. So when we experience stress, our bodies produce more cortisol, more adrenaline. And these chemicals are really important in an emergency. But with chronic stress that people are dealing with every single day, the emergency never seems to end. So your body seems to remain on high alert. Your muscles are constantly tight. Your breathing is more shallow. Your digestion is affected. Your sleep is disrupted. Your immune system is less effective. And eventually, your body will start to send you more and more and more symptoms and almost kind of start screaming at you, right? So sometimes when the imbalances start, it's almost like you get a whisper from the body. You may feel a little bit tired. You may feel a little bit off. You may feel slightly more sensitive, a little bit more irritable. Maybe there's some disruptions in your sleep. But if this stressor continues, the body starts to speak a little louder. So you may develop headaches, you may develop high blood pressure, you may develop tension in your neck, in your shoulders, you may start with digestive issues, right? And the body will continue to send out these symptoms until you're ready to listen. So Master Choa Koksui taught us that the physical body is very closely connected to your energy body. Your energy body is your aura and your chakras, and essentially these distribute energy throughout the entire body. So the same way that you've got organs and blood vessels in the physical body, you have chakras and meridians in the energy body. And it's very important to have this flow of energy throughout the entire system. Each system impacts different areas of the body. So one example of this would be the solar plexus chakra. Most people are familiar with the solar plexus chakra because this is the chakra that plays a really important role in processing emotions. All right. So even if you're not familiar with chakras, when somebody is super, super, super stressed, they'll say, oh my gosh, I feel a knot in my stomach. Or there'll be butterflies in your belly. Or that news literally made me feel sick to my stomach. So even the way that we speak literally mirrors what's happening energetically. So we instinctively understand that emotions affect the body. So when we look at the solar plexus as an example, your solar plexus controls your lower emotions, but it also controls your entire digestive system. So that is why when you're stressed, the first thing that actually happens is that your breathing gets affected because your solar plexus actually sits right underneath your diaphragm. And the diaphragm can't actually move fully to allow you to take that deep breath in. And what do people say? When you're stressed, just take a deep breath in, right? They instinctively know you need to take that deep breath in. But the solar plexus can actually stop you from having a healthy breathing cycle. The second thing is that it starts to affect your digestion. Your solar plexus controls your digestion. So that is why huge emotional upset can have you binge eating, not wanting to eat, even feeling nauseous or like wanting to vomit. All of that comes from the solar plexus chakra. And once we have imbalances there, they can continue through other systems in the body as well. So let's have an analogy. So imagine you're driving your car and suddenly there's a warning light on your dashboard. You're not just going to put tape over and hide the light, right? You're going to start thinking, what is this warning sign on the dashboard? Where is it coming from? What is the thing that's causing this light to go off, right? Our symptoms actually work in much the same way. The symptom isn't always the problem. There may be something behind that that is causing that symptom to show up. All right. So many years ago, I had some health challenges, And at that particular time, I was trying to do everything. I was working hard as a physical therapist. I was a mom. I was a wife. I was really trying to grow my business. And my body started sharing some of the signals. You're not in balance. Things are getting out of whack. And ultimately, at that time, I knew there was more than just treating the symptoms. And actually, that is what really got me into pranic healing, was wanting to become empowered and understand what was going on in my physical body. But more importantly, what could I do to start healing and correcting that myself? Because at that time, some of the professionals that I was seeing weren't giving me the answers that I needed. So I knew there was more than just treating the physical symptoms. I really felt like I needed to rest. However, the rest alone didn't help me. And as I entered the world of pranic healing, that rest came in the form of deep purification of my energy body, clearing out all the stuff that didn't need to be there, and putting in healthy energy so that my body finally had the fuel it needed to heal itself. And I learned that listening to your body is an act of wisdom. And what pranic healing gave me was practical tools that completely transformed the way I cared for myself. And that has now been a lifelong thing where I can manage a lot of what's going on using energy and using the tools of pranic healing. Now, this is important because pranic healing is a complementary therapy. It's not an alternative therapy. So what is the difference? Alternative means this or that. Complementary means this and that. So sometimes you do need medical help. Sometimes you do need to see a specialist or be on a medication. The pranic healing supports that as well. And I often say to people, you want to get the best of the medical help that you may need, but you also need to bring in the energy that your body can use for healing itself as well. So what we learn through pranic healing is the body is incredibly resilient. And there's simple things that we can do every day to stay healthy. We know a lot of these things. We can sleep, we can exercise, we can go out in nature. We need to practice forgiveness. We should all be meditating, blessing others, blessing our planet. You will bless yourselves. Practicing gratitude is another way to stay really, really, really healthy. And we can learn that keeping our energy body healthy and balanced steps us into the world of preventative medicine. Master Choa Kuk-Sui, the founder of Pranic Healing, said prevention is easier than cure. We know that. Staying healthy, maintaining good health is much easier than fixing a problem once it's become a problem, right? And when we look at pranic healing, the science behind it shows that everything that we're experiencing physically starts as an energy imbalance first. So if you can treat from the energy level, you're getting to the root source of the problem when there's a problem. Now, here's the thing that gets me really exciting is if you're healthy and you check in with your energy body and keep your energy body strong, keep your chakra and your aura in balance, full of healthy, vibrant energy, you can maintain good health for longer because that disease or that illness won't have the opportunity to physicalize because it starts in the energy body first. That gets me really excited. So why am I telling you all of this? Because one of the things that truly is a sole purpose of mine, it's something that makes me genuinely happy and gets me out of bed excited most weekends, right, is teaching basic pranic healing. And this is our foundation class in pranic healing. And one of the very first things we teach students is how to feel your energy with your own hands. That is something really unique to pranic healing, being able to scan and detect imbalances in the aura, imbalances in the chakras, and then having the tools to remove that stuff and put healthy energy in. So ultimately, we're strengthening the body's entire energy system. We learn how to heal simple ailments, digestive issues, shoulder pain, back pain, respiratory issues. You learn how to protect yourself also from absorbing stress and negativity from unhealthy environments. And these are tools that you can literally use for the rest of your life. And being able to empower yourself and use these tools on a Sunday afternoon when you got a headache, nobody's open, you will be able to do that healing on yourself and on loved ones. And what a lot of students share is that they are so happy to finally have tools to be able to care for themselves and their loved ones. And that's really one of the beautiful things I love about this work, is that people begin to feel empowered. I began to feel empowered after being able to heal many health issues that I had a number of years ago. So instead of feeling helpless, you're able to begin participating in your own healing journey. Anyway, so remember this: your body is not your enemy. Your body is your companion. It's the home for your soul, right? We need to keep them healthy. We need to look after them. Your body works tirelessly every moment of every day to support you, to guide you, to heal. So, one of the greatest gifts we can give ourselves is the ability to learn how to listen and tune in to our physical bodies. Remember, Master Choa Sui said, the body is a self-repairing machine. Our role is to create the best possible conditions for healing to occur. So if anything here resonated with you, I really would love to welcome you to our upcoming basic pranic healing class. It's going to be in September, and you will get the tools that you can use to heal yourself and others. This knowledge will give you hope, and this experience literally can change your life. So comment basic in the comments below. I'll send you all the information that you need to get started. It's a passion of mine. It's something that I absolutely love. It comes from the heart. As I said, it's the sole purpose of mine. And I hope to see you in September. So thank you. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I look forward to seeing you then.